All right, so we are back, and today we are diving deep into Instagram carousels and how to make yours really stand out from the crowd.
Yeah, we're going to try and give you some actionable insights based on all this material we have here.
Okay, perfect. So we all know Instagram carousels, they're those multi-image or multi-video posts that you see all over Instagram. And it's interesting because they can be so much more than just a photo dump or a way to squeeze in a bunch of extra photos.
Exactly. They can actually be these super powerful tools for storytelling and really driving engagement on the platform.
Right. And especially nowadays, it's like the algorithm really seems to favor carousels. So getting this right can really make a huge difference for, reaching new people, getting more likes and comments, and just overall growing your presence.
For sure. And, it's there's something that I think a lot of people, myself included, could definitely be doing better.
Oh, absolutely. So let's jump right into this. The first key principle we're seeing in all this material is the importance of starting with a story.
Yeah, like a clear theme or narrative for the whole carousel. It's all about being intentional with what you're trying to communicate.
So instead of just randomly throwing together a bunch of photos, you want to think about what message or feeling you want to convey and then choose visuals that support that theme.
Right. So think of it like this. If you're a food blogger, you might use a carousel to break down a recipe to individual steps, making each slide super visual and easy to follow.
Oh, that's a good one. Or like a fitness brand could showcase a full workout routine, maybe with each slide demonstrating a different exercise using their product, of course.
Exactly. Or even a fashion brand could use a carousel to style one key piece, like a jacket or a pair of shoes, in multiple different ways, kind of inspiring their followers to get creative with their own wardrobes.
I love those examples. And it doesn't always have to be super product focused either.
Yeah.
We're also seeing in the material that behind the scenes content or personal stories can work really well too.
Yeah, like giving people a peek into your process, your team, or even just your daily life can really help build that connection and make your brand feel more relatable.
So, story, that's the foundation. Now, once you've got your narrative down, the next big thing is figuring out the order of your content, which slide comes first, which comes second, and so on.
Yeah, that's crucial because that very first image or video is your hook.
Yeah.
It's what's going to make people stop scrolling and actually want to see what else you have to offer.
And we need to think about what's the one key takeaway we want people to have after swiping through the entire carousel?
Exactly. So there are a few different structures we can use here. The first one is the narrative structure, where you basically lay out your story in a chronological order. It's great for product launches, explaining concepts step by step, or even just sharing a personal anecdote.
Oh, like unboxing a new gadget across several slides would be perfect for a narrative structure.
Totally.
Yeah.
Then we have the random structure. This one's less about a specific order and more about showcasing a diverse range of products or behind-the-scenes moments to create buzz and excitement.
So if you're a brand with a really visually interesting feed, this could be a cool approach.
Yeah, and the last structure is the comparative structure, where you're using before and after visuals side by side.
Oh, this is a great one for showing the impact of a product or service.
Absolutely. Like think of home renovation accounts.
Mm.
Those before and after shots are super compelling.
Okay, so we've got our story, we've got our structure. Now let's talk about the visuals themselves. And I think it goes without saying that high quality, eye-catching imagery is key.
Yeah, but I think it's also worth noting that it's not just about being perfectly polished. Authentic imagery often resonates more strongly than something that feels too staged or artificial.
Right. Like people can spot a stock photo a mile away. So it's always best to use original photography or videography whenever possible.
Totally. And speaking of keeping it real,
Yeah.
user-generated content can be a really powerful addition to your carousels.
Oh, yeah, for sure. People love to see how others are using your products or services. So don't be afraid to share those real life testimonials.
And to really tie everything together visually, it helps to have a consistent color palette or filter style throughout your carousel.
Yeah, like think of your brand colors or even the mood you're going for and trying to make those visual elements flow seamlessly from one slide to the next.
It just makes the whole experience so much more cohesive and memorable for the viewer.
And don't be afraid to experiment with different layouts either. Sometimes breaking out of that traditional square format and trying a grid or a collage can really make your carousel pop in the feed.
Especially on a platform like Instagram, where everyone's fighting for attention. Using bold colors and eye-catching graphics can really help stop that thumb from scrolling.
Totally. So you've got these amazing visuals. Now we need to talk about captions, text overlays, and even music.
Yeah, all of these elements can really amplify your carousel's impact.
So let's start with captions. Keep them concise, engaging, and action-oriented.
Yeah, like use strong verbs, ask questions, or even include a call to action, telling people to swipe through, visit your website, or leave a comment.
And don't forget about text overlays on the images themselves. These can be super helpful for providing additional context or highlighting key points.
Just make sure the text is easy to read on a mobile screen. Use a clear font that aligns with your brand and keep it concise.
Yeah, like 1 or 2 lines of text per slide is usually plenty.
Yeah.
You don't want to overwhelm people with too much information.
And then there's music. Now, obviously, this one's a little trickier for business accounts because of copyright restrictions. But if you can use music legally, it can really elevate the mood and enhance the storytelling of your carousel.
Yeah, like a well-chosen track can evoke certain emotions or make your brand feel more playful or sophisticated.
Just make sure it's something that complements your theme and doesn't distract from the overall message.
Okay, we are almost there, but we can't forget about one of the most important things, designing for mobile.
Yeah, remember, the vast majority of people are viewing Instagram on their phones, so everything needs to be optimized for that small screen.
Right. So break down any lengthy information into easily digestible chunks and make sure your text is large enough to read without squinting.
Instagram generally recommends a 1080 pixel width for images, and make sure you keep any essential text centered so it's visible across different screen sizes.
Oh, and consider using visual cues like arrows or buttons to encourage people to swipe through the entire carousel.
Yeah, little details like that can really make a difference.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground, but here's the key takeaway. Lead with a story structure. Your slides intentionally use compelling visuals enhance with text and music, and always designed for mobile.
You got it. And I think what's really fascinating about all of this is that these principles can be applied beyond just Instagram carousels.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like think about presentations, websites, even emails. You can use these same ideas of visual storytelling and guiding your audience through a sequence to make your content more engaging and memorable.
Exactly. So no matter what platform you're on or what message you're trying to communicate, always think about how you can take your audience on a journey visually, step by step.
I love that. Well, there you have it, folks. Our deep dive into Instagram carousels. As always, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one.